They kept trying to destroy him. They literally tried to kill him multiple times through a directed energy weapon, literally through shooting at his home. I think that was warning shots, but yeah, he's had threats. He can't stay in one place for more than a month, and that's been that way for a long time. So the he wanted to reveal this stuff. He came on my shows. The first show that he came on, revealed it. I was like, God, Sean, that's amazing. So he kept coming on more and more shows, and then he started going on other people's shows, and now all of this stuff that's domestic fraud that's coming out right now, guys, that's from Sean Taylor. One guy that did the research, right? One brave soul, right? Yeah, zoom in, right? One brave soul that stood up against this incredible evil that tried to take him out, that tried to destroy him and his family. So it's definitely end times for a lot of these people. They know it. They're going to put on a brave little happy face, but behind that happy face, they're shaking in their little boots, right? In their little boots. Guys, quit asking about Kevin Hoyt, right? Kevin Hoyt is in protection, right? So don't ask. All right, so Quality is going to come forward with the Operation Pacific Viper quality control of our seas. So we have the Caribbean fleet down there with 4,000 Marines. In the Pacific, we have some action going on over there too. All right, so here we go. U.S. seizes 13,000 pounds of cocaine in Operation Pacific Viper. U.S. Coast Guard is carrying out another major operation in its fight against drug cartels and human smuggling in the Eastern Pacific. See that smoking ship right there? Shots have been fired in this war, guys. It is happening. So recent efforts in coordination with U.S. Navy and Coast Guard. So the U.S. Coast Guard in international waters, they have to be involved because it's not a military operation yet. Now, the military can get involved in support, and they will have U.S. Coast Guard on military vessels when they do the boarding and so forth, because that's the law. So they want to make sure they do it right. So seizure of 13,000 pounds of cocaine and the rest of 11 suspects. So going after the cartel's money, going after the Democrats' money. Homeland Security announced that just days after the USCG embarked on Operation, so U.S. Coast Guard embarked on Operation Pacific Viper with the deployment of large numbers of forces and warships to fight Latin American drug cartels. It is game on. All right, the results are evident. In a matter of days, the agency has hunted down, interdicted, and boarded several illegal vessels, resulting in seizures and arrests. Now, they're going to have to go after submarines too. I don't know how they're going to figure that one out, but there's submarine operations that are going on a massive scale as well. So I don't know, just torpedo those sons of bitches, right? The first seizure happened on August 8th when the Legend class cutter Hamilton interdicted drug smuggling vessels south of Mexico, seizing 4,000 pounds of cocaine and arresting 3 smugglers. 3 days later, this is a good one, the Navy-guided missile destroyer Samson was operating in the known drug trafficking corridor when the ship, all right, so feminine, so interdicted a smuggling boat. Sailors, together with USCG law enforcement detachment officers on board, identified the suspicious vessel, prompting the launch of MH-60R Seahawk helicopter and a rigid hull inflatable boat to intercept it. The smuggling vessel attempted to flee with the traffickers trying to dump their cargo overboard before they were subdued. And due to deterioration, and so they, I think they shot it up. One of them they shot up. I don't know which one. They had to shoot them up. I don't know if they were getting shot at, but they shot it up, caused it to catch on fire. And the 3 suspected drug smugglers were retained. The vessel was set on fire through, I don't know why they're not saying it here, but I saw in another post that they took fire and they shot them up. They shot the I guess they shot the engine so they couldn't go anymore, and it caught on fire. That's what it was, something like that. 80% of illicit drug seizures occur at sea, said Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. U.S. Coast Guard is surging maritime interdictions. So they're putting, like we're talking about right here, USCG, U.S. Coast Guard officers that are, sworn in to do the drug interdiction. That makes it legal for the military vessels to get involved. All right. So you see how this is going to ramp up. This is ramping up. This is ramped up, and it's going to continue to ramp up until we take down all of the drugs that are coming into America. All right. So they even have the guided missile destroyers, USS Graverly and John Dunham and Sampson, and a contingent of 4,000 sailors and Marines are designed to increase pressure on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Maduro is a dead man walking. All right. If he's not captured, he's probably going to die. All right, one or the other. And then if he's captured, he's going to come here, and then he's going to be executed. He's a dead man. All right. There's a bounty on his head, $50 million. Who in the drug cartel is going to give him up? Since he's in charge of the drug cartel, it's kind of dicey, right? So this is heating up. This is moving in the direction that we want. The military is involved. The military is going to continue to be involved. The military is going to get more and more active. I think there's going to be drone interdictions inside of Mexico, all right? Inside of Mexico. Now, Scheinbaum has already said that if you do that, then we will have the full force of Mexican. Well, Mexican military is not going to get involved, all right? And if they do, they know they'll be exterminated completely and within seconds, right? So there are elements within the U.S. and Mexican military that don't want to play that game. They're not going to do it, right? So she's going to have them not play. Now, there's probably elements in there, obviously, that are compromised, just like they are in America. We got deep state activity in America in our military, of course. But for the most part, they're not going to do it, right? So John Brennan got filthy rich too, off War on Terror, Deborah. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's probably true. All right, you've probably done some research on that. Yeah, share it. All right. So Governor Abbott set to sign Texas redistricting map. So overnight, Texas Senate passed this. I think it was 6 or 8 hours. They debated. I guess there was, of course, the usual Democrat hysteria. But they passed it. We knew they were going to pass it. And Abbott said he's going to quickly sign it. So that is the first salvo of redistricting that is going to happen across America. Not just by the Republicans, but by Democrats too. Because if we want Trump to basically, hammer the last 2 years that he's in office and get things through, he's got to have, that just carte blanche power. And if we have the Democrats, throwing up roadblocks in there, it's not going to happen. So yeah, ops 10 miles into Mexico. I've heard that maybe 20. We'll see. There's going to be a buffer zone going into Mexico. I've seen that. Many of us have, talked about that. I think it's pretty. And it's not we're going to occupy it and control it. We're just going to go in and, well, kind of we will. But we're not going to keep it, right? And at some point, we'll probably work with the police, the good guy police, and the good guy military, and help support them, help build them back up. If Claudia Scheinbaum goes away, that's the way it is. But at some point, maybe there'll be free and fair elections in Mexico, because that's not happening there either. It's not happening outside of the U.S. in 71 different countries, including the U.S. 72 countries. all right, do not have fair elections. That's crazy. Obviously, Canada doesn't. Obviously, Mexico doesn't. So if you get fair elections in those countries, and the will of the people starts to be, imposed, the cleanup happens very quickly. All right, especially when you have countries that are side by side that are working together to clean up. So you got America, the strongest, military in the world, bar none. You're, although some people will claim otherwise, and that's because of the deep state infiltration, which is being cleaned out and will take time still to clean out the deep state infiltrators, just like it's taking time to clean out Congress deep state infiltrators. Although once you have the military, federal government take over, then the known criminal elements will be quickly, taken down. There's probably a lot of evidence on a lot of these people. CIA, FBI will be decimated down to virtually nothing. Same thing in a lot of other, even in education, even in education. All right. Of course, in medical. So you're going to have like multiple agencies are going to get people like, ICE agents or whatever are going to show up and escort them out. Right. ICE agents aren't just for illegals. All right. ICE agents will be eventually part of coming after domestic terrorists like, Tulsi Gabbard's talking about. Right. So, and they're already doing that. Right. Some of these people that, well, they're not even, illegals. Yeah. You're catching on, aren't you? So that's good. So that situation will continue. Of course, you're going to have a lot of people, say this is Nazi Germany, blah blah blah. So, no, it's not even close. All right. If anything, we're taking out the Nazis. All right. Well, no, we are taking out the Nazis. All right. The Nazis pretty much won the last war. All right. And the only way to defeat them is the way we're going to do it. All right. And we're going to come in, we're going to take control of America, and we're going to start cleaning house. We're going to clean people in the streets, clean illegal aliens out, and then those illegal aliens, and then the terrorists that have been infiltrated, when they rise up, they're going to be squashed. All right. They're going to be squashed, but it could be pretty bad in some cities. All right. You guys seen some of the videos that I've been showing about the destruction in Ukraine? I've been doing that on purpose, all right? Because that's what's coming for some cities in America, all right? So Nazis won. The Nazis are the deep state. Very good, John. All right, John, you get front row seat. Oh, that's is that an angel there? That's good. Good job, John. Beautiful. Good job. Woo! I got some good people hanging out. All right. All right. So Nazi equals nasty. That's good. All right. So what else? We got a few more things. We got the earthquake activity going on. Now, your earthquake activity, I've talked about this already. There's a consciousness thing that happens. We're moving into higher realms of consciousness. Lower forms of consciousness will attract their demise, right? So you're going to see the deep state guys go away, guys. They're lower forms of consciousness. Now that we're raising our consciousness, we're taking over. We're not struggling. We're not surviving anymore. We're on the ascendant. Now that we're on the ascendant, and there's nothing stopping us, the lower forms of consciousness, the deep state, are going to go away. They won't be able to survive in this consciousness because we will see them and we will remove them. All right. Some will be re-educated, but probably not many of them. Right. Especially the worst ones. So now this is where we get into the consciousness of the earth.